Are you sick of your gang vocals sounding thin, small, and just totally lifeless? Well, I used to think you needed a group of 20 friends shouting into expensive mics in a pro studio just to get a decent gang vocal sound, but turns out you don't. You can actually create massive, wide-sounding gang vocals completely by yourself in your bedroom with nothing but a $50 USB mic and your DAW. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to record, layer, and lightly process gang vocals so they end up hitting nice and hard. By the end of this video, you'll go from sounding like this, "We've been gone," to sounding like this, "We've been gone too far." Let's dive in. Your main goal here is to make it sound like there's a gang of people in your room singing into a mic, but you only have yourself. When there's a gang of people singing, everything's out of time just a touch. Nobody's singing perfectly in tune. Obviously, if there's a couple of takes that are way out of tune and way out of time, then you want to either nudge them back in or melodyne or re-record the take. But we want to sound as natural as possible here. So take that into account when you're recording. All right, so step one, we're going to start out with a template here. I sometimes like to do this just to keep things organized, and I can literally just go through and check each one off as I sing them. There's a lot of layers here, as you can see. I think there's about 44 layers, but to get a thick, wide-sounding gang vocal, you're going to need a lot of layers. One quick hint of advice before you do 44 vocal takes: do some vocal warm-ups, bring some water, keep your vocals lubricated, and if your voice is feeling a little bit strained, take a break for 20 minutes, half an hour, come back. So before I start this recording, I just want to show you what it sounds like without any gang vocals right now. It's sounding thin. It sounds like it just needs some vocals. So here's what it sounds like. We've been gone too far, but she's my getaway driver in this getaway car. We've been gone. So it's not sounding bad, but I just find gang vocals here will make it sound so much better. So let's get started nice and easy. We're going to record the chorus 6 times through, just sung the exact same way as the main vocal, and then we'll continue building from there. We've been gone too far. All right, I just finished recording it about 6 times here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get a different sounding take. Maybe just do like a nasally sounding take. So I got to put my finger over my nose. I'm going to do 2 takes of that, and then we'll get to the next part. All right, that turned out great. We're just trying to get different people. You're not going to have the same person when you're singing in a room of gang vocals. So let's do a falsetto version. Let's do like a higher version. Let's do like a "we've been gone," something like that. And then we'll move on here to emphasizing some different layers. All right, so let's do a quick check-in to how we're sounding so far. We've been gone too far. So it's sounding good. Obviously, once we do the processing later, that's going to bring everything together, glue everything, and just make everything sound a lot thicker. So next up, I'd like to thicken up these areas where it says, "We've been gone." So let's thicken that up. Let's add a ton of layers there and make it sound like there's a ton of people shouting this. And then we can go into the chorus where it's just like a minimal amount of people shouting. And so I'm going to start here with this vocals gang normal 1. I'm going to sing "We've Been Gone" the exact same way it's sung. So all of these together sound like this. We've been gone. And then with everything, we've been gone. So starting to thicken things up, let's do a falsetto layer next. And let's do a baritone layer. We've been gone. So next up, one of the layers I find that really, really thickens things up is doing like a deep shouting. It's sung pretty much exactly the same as the track, but you're kind of shouting it and you're kind of making your voice like really deep when you're doing it. So instead of singing it like, "We've been gone," I'm going to sing it like, "We've been gone." And doing a ton of those kinds of layers really, really thickens it up. So I'm going to do a bunch of those and we'll come back. So as you can see, it thickens things up. Here are them on their own. We've been gone. And here are all the vocals together. We've been gone. That really adds some thickness. And once we get some processing in there, it'll be even thicker. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but if you like what you're seeing so far, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button because it'll really, really help out the channel. Anyways, back to the video. So next we're going to do a bunch of nasal ones with my nose plugged. Again, just make it sound like there's different people singing it. And here's those ones on their own. We've been gone. Kind of sounds like a nerd is trying to sing. All right, so another variation you can do is getting back from the mic a little bit, kind of making it seem like you're actually standing in the room like a bunch of people singing it. I'm not going to do a lot here, but I'm going to do it just to show you. So I'm going to step back from the mic. I'm going to go from your right into the middle and then to the left. And I'm just going to sing and mimic as if there's a gang in the room. And I'm going to try and do different vocal inflections and stuff like that, just so it sounds like different people and it's not all the same person. We've been gone. All right, so here's what those sound like on their own. We've been gone. Sounds great. Makes it sound like there's people singing it in the room. It also captures some of the room reverb as well. So makes it a little bit more realistic sounding. And to end things off, I like to throw in a couple harmonies sometimes and just kind of have fun with it. So for the harmonies, I'm going to sing, "We've been gone." I'm going to try and sing it in that kind of shouting / deeper style vocal, and we'll kind of end things off. All right, so here's what these sound like. And this also brings in some thickness with those deeper shouting style vocals with also the harmony in there. It really kind of just like brings everything together. Here's what they sound like on their own. We've been gone. All right, so now that we finished all these, I just added to these other areas just to taste. I don't want them as thick as this first one, but I just added to emphasize those other words throughout the chorus. So now all together, we have this big sounding gang vocal coming into the chorus. The whole chorus is basically a gang vocal with a ton of layers stacked on top of each other. And then throughout the chorus, we're emphasizing different words. So all together, it's just a massive sounding gang vocal. We have our intro, we have our words that are emphasized, and then we have our whole body of the chorus that just sounds like a bunch of people singing. So that leads us to our last step here, and let's do some processing on this. So first, what you want to do is do some panning. So I like to either do a hard pan left, hard pan right, or you can just experiment and do different kind of pans. But basically, kind of as a rule of thumb, if you record two vocals, you want one panned right, one pan left. So if I'm panning it over here, I'll pan the other one over like this. So just go through, do some panning, do some experimentation. In this instance, most of them are hard pan left and hard pan right, but you can kind of get creative. And then next, you just want to do some mixing with the volume. So right now, everything is one volume. If you can hear it. We've been gone. So it doesn't really sound good because some of them need to be lowered and some of them need to be higher. So just go through and adjust the volume and kind of mix everything together how you like it. If there's something that you don't like as much, bring that one down. If there's something that you like more, bring that one up, and then you'll get a nice mix at the end. All right, so now that we have everything kind of leveled off here, let's add some processing and let's kind of take this to the finish line. All right, so I'm going to add everything to this gang vocal bus. And we'll start out with a channel EQ. We'll kind of cut out some of the lows and then just some problem areas. We will then add a compressor. This will glue everything together and make everything more of a consistent volume. I've also really been digging this RVox compressor lately as well. So I'm going to throw that on there. We're going to also throw on a de-esser. The de-esser here is from Waves, and it's going to get rid of a lot of those harsh sounds. And I'm going to throw on this SSL channel and set it to lead Vox. You can also try and experiment with backing Vox as well. Just a few different sounds you can try. And last but not least, we will add some reverb. I'm going to put this vocal plate reverb on here with these settings. All right, and the final product, here's what it sounds like on its own. We've been gone too far, but she's my getaway driver in this getaway car. Oh, we've been gone. We've been gone too far, but she's my getaway driver in this getaway car. Oh, we've been gone too far, but I'm the reason that she's speeding, chasing ghosts inside this getaway car. If this video helped you out and you're still struggling to get your songs sounding the way you know they could, I got you. I offer full production services and I can help bring your song to life. Whether you're stuck on songwriting, recording, arrangement, or just need somebody to take your vision and turn it into a finished track, I can help. If that sounds like something you need, hit the link at the top of the description below, fill out the quick form, and I'll take care of the rest. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more production tips and tutorials. We'll see you in the next one.
Gone too far, but she's my guarantee.